Hi, it's Mike Stevenson here. Today in this video, we're going to take a look at two different frameworks we've been using in the samples that we've worked through so far in this series. So if you remember, we first started off doing about 5 or 6 samples where we used this Microsoft.Extensions.AI framework. But in the last video, we also started using the Microsoft Agent framework as well. And they're actually both quite similar. Slightly different intentions, but what I wanted to do was just talk through those two frameworks, because sometimes I think when you find there's 2 or 3 different ways of doing the same thing, it's kind of confusing about where to choose which one. So we'll have a bit of a look at that today. So we've got two frameworks. The first one we've got is Microsoft.Extensions.AI. Now this is a lower level abstraction, so we're quite close to the LLM SDK here. We're going to define an IChatClient, and there is a couple of Azure flavors of that interface. If we want to turn it into an agent, the key bit is we use this UseFunctionInvocation, makes it become an agent rather than just a chat interaction. And the other framework we've got is the Microsoft Agent framework. This works at a slightly higher level, and we'll have a look at a bit more on that in a moment. And we're going to really work on this AIAgent kind of implementation. So it's going to make it classes and interfaces that are more focused around the agent loop concept, just to try and make that a little bit easier. Okay, so if we take a look at what's involved in each of the frameworks. So the predominant bit is these two up here. So we're using Microsoft.Extensions.AI. And then obviously in the telemetry stuff we've been doing, we're using these additional ones here. But you're going to be, in your using statement, using Microsoft.Extensions.AI. Now, the other framework is Microsoft.Agents.AI. Now that lives as a layer on top of Microsoft.Extensions.AI, so we're going to have this additional using statement in our code. So if we take a look at a visualization of what this looks like, so we've got the various models and the direct SDKs down here. The Microsoft.Extensions.AI is intended to make it easy for us to work with different models in a very similar way. And then Microsoft Agent framework sits on top of that, so we get the AIAgent.runAsync is what we're really using, as opposed to the IChatClient. We take a look at some pseudocode of what they look like. So this would be in the Extensions.AI framework, where we'd create a chat client. The key bit really is this bit here that turns the chat client into a sort of agent loop interaction. We then we still have things like the OpenTelemetry if we're using it. If we're turning it into a function invocation, so turning it into an agent, we can pass in some tools, which we did in one of the previous samples, and then we still call getResponseAsync regardless of whether it's a chat or an agent loop. That'll work the same way. Now, if we use the Microsoft Agent framework, we've really got this extra bit here, the .AIAgent. So that's where, if you notice, in both cases we've got the Azure OpenAI client, and then if we call this .AIAgent, we can then pass the agent stuff like the agent name and the instructions and the tools. We can pass that into the construction in that factory builder pattern. And then we get our agent, and the key bit is we do a run async, so that'll have it execute all the tools and stuff. So the implementation's different, but the outcome's very similar. So if we have a look at some of the key differences between these frameworks, so the primary type here is slightly different. So we've got IChatClient versus AIAgent. The tools can be registered in both cases. They just work in a slightly different way, how you would register them. The Extensions.AI, so we have to explicitly say UseFunctionInvocation to turn it into an agent, whereas the agent framework just implicitly assumes that you're going to do that, so it's just baked out of the box. Token count, so while they're not directly surfaced from the agent framework, because you're just sitting on top of the extensions, you've kind of got access to these anyway in the same way. And the OpenTelemetry implementation is basically the same. And I think everything else is pretty much similar, just the key bit are the different using statements and different NuGet packages. But remember, if you put the agent framework, you're going to end up with the extensions anyway. Now, if we take a look at the OpenTelemetry, so because agent framework sits on top of the extension framework, where we basically have the same capabilities. The key bit is most things here just inherit all of the stuff you've already got, which is good because that gives us consistency. In our samples, obviously, we had that custom diagnostic activity just to help us in the simple console app, but everything else is pretty much the same. So the question's, when do you use one versus the other? So for me, you would use the extension framework when you need really tight control over that loop. You want to be at a lower level. You want to kind of minimize your dependency overhead so you're not adding additional frameworks. So you want to kind of be in the weeds a bit more. And that would be a good case to use the extensions framework directly. Also in cases where you're not really building an agent would be another one. The agent framework is intended to just make it a bit simpler. So if you've got an opinionated assumption about how you want to use your agent, that fits with this framework. Perfect. If you're building multi-agent systems where they're going to hand off to each other, that's good as well. You probably have to bake some of that yourself if you use the extensions framework directly. We want a higher level abstraction, so it feels more like a product than a pipeline's a good comment. And it's just really, the differences are fairly subtle and not massive in a lot of cases, but for me, it's just a case of, do you want that extra layer that intends to make it a bit more simple and a bit more consistent about how you build your agent? So in short here, we've just got two similar frameworks. You can achieve similar things with them. It's really just a case of, do you want to make it simpler or do you want to make it a bit more open and extendable? Is really just the case. Personally, I'm finding the agent framework really easy to use, so I kind of quite like it. And I think that's the one I'll probably use. But I can, in certain applications, I'll have the extension framework anyway, so there'll be certain applications, that's all I need. Hopefully this gives you a good background. I think partway through this series, it's good to take a step back and look at why we're using these different frameworks and just make sure we don't get confused about the fact that there's two things doing similar jobs and just understand the differences. So, really probably the key point, I think, just actually looking at the slide here, is that multi-agent support. So if you're going to roll your own orchestration, extensibility framework's good. The agent framework is going to give you that out of the box, so it's designed for not just one agent, but actually multiple agents working as a team is probably the biggest takeaway, I would think, is independent on influence and how you're going to use these frameworks. Thank you for listening to this video. Have a great week.